if the messages are that you're no good, and this can come from people who are overachievers as well. So the whole life, the only attention they get is when they achieve. The inverted message is you are no good, you are not worthy of love unless you're achieving. There's a lot of depth exploration, and then you have to begin to dismantle all of these beliefs that you have which about yourself, which were given to you by somebody else, and you interjected as a child and turned them into your own critical narrative.
Welcome to your favorite vanilla and chocolate show. Welcome to your favorite vanilla and chocolate show.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You look
again.
amazing. Why are we matching
You too.
today?
Again.
Well, my name is Clara Chisova-Krumbach, and here is my vanilla.
Yes, my name is Samantha Belling, FOS Vanilla, and this is my chocolate.
Exactly. Well, today we are here again, and as always, we have to give a shout out to our incredible team.
Absolutely. They are so patient with us.
They're doing a good job.
Thank you guys. Thank you for
then
your work.
We cannot, accept this beautiful colors you're seeing today. Podium Marbella.
Yes, great place, girls. You can go there. The shop in the center.
You'll be amazed.
In the center of Marbella.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna be amazed.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
Take a look at us.
I love it. And shout out to our girl Rubia, who absolutely said, whatever you need, girl, I fix it.
Yes.
And she fixed this beautiful villa.
Yeah. Can you imagine that in the 80s, 90s, a prince was partying over here?
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, he lived here.
You can imagine.
Yeah. He lived here.
Like you said in the other episode, if the worst can talk, right?
Yes. Marbella.
We are so lucky.
Dream place.
Yes. So, kicking off today's episode, as always, we are going to start it with the intercultural exchange. And being that today we are talking about abusive relationship and all of that around abuse, we want to actually go in depth today and say, okay, in Poland, and in Nigeria, how is it like? How do the society react to abuse? For example, if a woman is in an abusive relationship, or a man, by the way, is an abusive relationship, are people more hush hush? Nobody should talk about it. What is it like?
I think that this changed because 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't so nice because people and always your family talked that you should stay in this relationship, in that marriage. You can't do anything because what's gonna people say? This is all about what my grandmother said.
Bringing
What's
shame to the family.
People say? That was the most important part of it. So I think, and I can see in my country that that's changed. And good. I think that social media and internet and stuff like that
has helped a lot.
Yeah, and the knowledge about ourselves and about that. If you're in the bad relationship, you don't have to be in that kind of relationship. You can change it. Of course, it's not so easy just to
walk away.
Right?
Anyway.
Because can you imagine that, for example, in Poland you have 3 kids, no money, a very aggressive husband, and he likes to drink, so what can you do? And police don't help. Police don't help for real. They don't help. You have these organizations in Poland which should help.
But like for abuse, the help center that you can call for abuse.
And they come to that kind of families with this kind of problem. For example, 2 times a month.
Wow.
So what you can show on these visits, you just only show what they want to see. So
It's
they are
difficult. I
not
can
helping.
imagine that
So this
it's-
is
yeah.
difficult for this woman to get out from that kind of relations.
I can
And it's
imagine.
very important to know that,
Yeah.
because when you have money, okay, goodbye. I take
I
my
mean,
suitcase,
and you
I shut
go,
the
yeah.
door,
You know,
and
like
that's
we
it.
talked about in the other episode, a woman's financial independence is very important because it gives you power. Like I also mentioned, you really don't have to suck any kind of dick just because of money. And, you know, no,
That's
really.
good, that's
but
good.
but to be honest, as well, you know, back in Nigeria, it used to be like that. It
Yeah.
still is to an extent because marriage is a huge factor, you know, in the society. If a woman becomes like a certain age, you've gone to school, you're working. Now the expectation of who is marrying you,
Yeah.
whose wife are
Yeah.
you know, and then you realize that, you know, there's this factor of, oh, that expectation, you do not want to, like, oh, you left the marriage, it's a
Oh,
broken
yeah.
marriage,
Yeah.
then you are not a woman enough, and so many things. But again, social media, knowledge, and people speaking up is
Yes,
beginning
speaking
to
up.
help
Yeah, that's
to
true.
change that narrative.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to start a foundation, but for real.
Wow,
This is
wow.
for real in Poland, and I was talking to many people on high positions in
Right,
Poland about
yeah.
that, but not only talking about it and showing that problem, but helping for real.
Amazing.
And-
That would be very
And
lovely.
it
Yeah.
is not so easy too,
No.
because you need, for example, you need apartments, different apartments to this woman, just to separate these people. Sometimes you have such difficult cases
Yeah.
that you have to do that.
You know
So
what? We can really dive deep into this, but
Yeah.
we have a guest with us today, and I think we've already started talking about the topic. But it's good
can
that we
I
touched
introduce
about.
my guest?
Of course, and people already, I think he can say so much about abusive
Yeah.
relationship, but this is how a little bit of how it is in our various cultures. So I will let Samantha do the honor to introduce our guest.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, this is our guest, today's guest, Simon Hitchcock, for real. This is his real name. Can you imagine?
Someone, do you really have to do
yeah,
that?
and this is a doctor, a psychiatrist,
Psychotherapist.
Psychotherapist, yeah.
psychotherapist, and I'm probably your biggest fan on Instagram. But
Yeah.
for real.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you that you came here,
Yeah.
because we really are inspired by what you're saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, we have so many questions as you can
Yes.
imagine. Like it's literally a therapeutic section we're about to enter because you
we
go
want
ahead
to
then.
we want to run to the subject about this narcissistic personalities.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can you
Especially-
identify that?
Yes. How can you identify this? What are the red flags?
Okay.
Characteristics of a narcissist.
Right. So the core attributes of a narcissist are they're going to lack empathy. They're going to act. Most of them will act grandiose. So they're going to be the best at everything, and they're going to tell you about it as well. They hold positions of power as well. They lack remorse. They're very what's the word? They're just out there. They're larger than life generally, but you'll notice that it's all about them, and that's the key aspect. Uh,
But then how would you, for example, if I, not me, but if someone goes into a relationship where in the beginning, because I realize that, or we've often read that they show you how good they are. They
Yeah.
would spoil you with so much love
Yes.
and
Yeah, love bombing. That's the one. Yeah, that's the thing. You get the love bombing stage first, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're with a narcissist. It's what comes after. It's when they move into the devaluing stage. So first of all, they will tell you things how amazing you are. This is the first time they've done this, and they've never felt this way about anybody. They will tell you how wonderful you are as well, and then slowly their criticisms will start up. So because what they're after is you to give them that back. All narcissists want you to worship them because to them they are godlike. Okay,
Yeah. Give me more.
give me more. So I'm going to show you, and you're going to give it back because you're also going to go, wow. I mean, in terms of you're asking about men, but he's so amazing. Look at what he does for me, or she is. Yeah. They're so amazing. Look at what they do. They think that I'm a goddess or I'm a god. It's great, fantastic. And then It'll be, not sure I like that dress you're wearing.
Start tearing you apart
And
slowly.
it'll be
Yeah.
so subtle.
Yeah.
And then they'll start withdrawing some of that love bombing. It'll be like, oh, they don't make dinner anymore. They don't do this. They don't take me out anymore. And then it'll be, well, it's because you this. And then
And how long is that first stage
Of
you
love
know?
bombing
Yeah,
or-
of love bombing.
it depends how long it takes to get the spider into the web. To be quite honest, to get the fly into the web. Sorry. So it's
It's quite interesting because
yeah.
you know it makes sense that in the beginning they love
Yeah.
bomb you and then they all of a sudden start with this whole devaluating
Yeah,
you.
devaluing.
But then why is it that when, for example, a man, a woman in that case, you know, when they find out that this person is actually devaluing me, why can't the person walk away? Because a lot of people can't walk
No, they
away.
can't.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a manipulation technique. So the idea is to get you running on the hamster wheel. So you want to get back to the love bombing stage.
Yeah.
So you will try to correct your bad
You
behavior.
remember about that stage, yeah?
Yeah. So you'll take it in as, oh, I've really disappointed my partner. Now you're emotionally invested as well. So it's, I better apologize. And there'll be a voice inside you going, apologizing for what? I don't think I did anything, but you'll still do it. And you'll try a little bit harder to please them, and they'll give you a little bit more love bombing. And then they'll devalue you again. And then you'll try harder again until they've got you running on that wheel. And by then, your self-esteem is being worn down. You're beginning to get confused because they'll add in things like gaslighting, where you start to question your own reality.
Yes.
It could be full-on, in-your-face criticisms. You are no good. You are this. You are that. Or it could be a little bit more covert, like, doesn't seem that you're coping very well. How about I take over these tasks for you? Because you seem a little bit helpless.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it can be that subtle.
Keep watching Vanilla and Chocolate Show exclusively on CCK TV. BLB.
You know, it's quite interesting everything you've said, and I kind of really, wow, I think everybody somehow would like, ooh, I know somebody that is
Yeah.
like that, you know, but then I can't help but wonder, men, in your experience as a psychotherapist, do you have men who comes to talk that they have a woman who has been like, who has possessed a narcissistic behavior towards them? Because often you hear women saying this, that he's a narcissist,
Yeah.
he's like this to me. Have you had a situation where it's been the reverse?
Yes, and I think I get more situations that way than I do females with men.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I get less men in therapy, but the bulk of them come because they're being abused. It's really, really strange. Women come with more different problems, and they might be suffering at the hands of abuse, but not necessarily the hands of a narcissist.
Right.
And they have family problems, children, stuff like that. But yeah, I've had some really broken men come in, and
But how do women, you know, because I'm very, but how
Yeah.
do women possess this behavior? Because we often see that he is it.
there are a few subtle differences. So male narcissists tend to be very overt, very aggressive, and openly controlling.
Yeah.
Female narcissists tend to be what they call covert, although males can be covert as
When
well.
you say cover, what does that mean?
So they're a little,
Common
it's
language.
a little bit more insidious. So they'll come in as a victim, and they begin to get the man, well, a covert narcissist will get the other person to begin to feel sorry for them. So now it's all about me. And gradually, whereas say men may be sexually aggressive, the overt narcissist will withdraw sex, and so sex often gets weaponized. The overt will demand it, or I'm going to leave, and you don't want me to leave because then your world will fall apart. And the covert narcissist will be, I'm going to withhold it until you dance to my tune, and then I'm going to give you a bit. And it starts to go like that. And it's the same, you know, female narcissists will emasculate men, and male narcissists will just tear down a woman to the point where
You use the right word there, masculine, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Today you're a masculine woman.
no, but it's really quite interesting because we.
Yeah, it's a very tough subject,
Yeah.
and I have different question to you because
Okay.
through my life journey, I just met so many narcissistic men, but not only in the relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, not in
Work-wise
these
as
romantic
well.
ones, but especially in business side. And
Okay.
you know, and I just noticed that I drop to the same kind of energy again and again in the same cycle.
Yeah.
And in different personalities, in different, you know, images, but the same.
Yeah.
And the last time I said to myself, no, again?
That something is wrong. So why do you attract that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This goes back to something you said earlier. Why don't people leave? And the surface answer is because your self-esteem is being worn down. But there will be something about you which attracts narcissists, and you are attracted to them. So often people
Damn it, that's not good.
that's not good, no. But and they will prey on it. So it's you fear being alone. You're desperate for love. You have lots of love to give, and these people will see it. I mean, I've worked with narcissists as well, and they say people like that, they stand out in the millions. They stand out like sore thumbs, big beacons. This is someone I can manipulate because you're so desperate to be loved. You're so I can't be on my own that you're not thinking straight. So you ignore the red flags. You'll feel it, see it, but you'll ignore it because the desperation or the despair that comes from I'm going to be on my own is enough to push you forward into that relationship. So there's always something about you that attracts them, and something about you that ignores the red flags.
Yes. Wow.
But maybe I'm gonna heal that, you know.
yeah, actually, that's a good
You're
question.
helping me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But that's actually
My
a good
healer.
question. Is there like a healing process? How can you kind of
Yeah.
detox yourself
Yeah.
of these things that makes you be attracted? Because
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be attracted. I
have
don't
to
think they're
change.
attracted to me because I can't
Yeah.
take bullshit. But the thing is, but the thing is, how can you detox yourself of
Okay.
that attraction? Because nobody wants to live with
Yes.
that.
You really need to look deep inside you, and you need to look about some of your self-beliefs, your self-concept, and where some of those messages came from. So a lot of people who come from, say, parents who devalued them.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The message going to the child is you're no good, you're no good.
It's the beginning is in the child.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because your first man is your dad. Yeah, I mean the authority.
Yes, yes,
So-
yes.
So
Yeah.
it's going that way.
Yeah. So how do you heal yourself if you were? It's something that you have to go to a
Yeah.
psychotherapist and.
Yeah, because it gets even more complex. You're talking about the blueprint of what a man should be or what a female should be. You'll be naturally attracted to that. And if you can win them over, you win the battle back in childhood. If the messages are that you're no good, and this can come from people who are overachievers as well. So the whole life, the only attention they get is when they achieve. The inverted message is you are no good, you are not worthy of love unless you're achieving. So there's a lot of real, there's a lot of depth exploration, and then you have to begin to dismantle all of these beliefs that you have which about yourself, which were given to you by somebody else, and you interjected as a child and turned them into your own critical narrative, etc., etc. And then you begin building from there and building your self-esteem back up. Your social circle may well need to change. People who want the best for you,
That's true.
people who don't just value you because you're doing well. So it's changing the environment, changing what you tell yourself, and lots more self-care. And you can move away from it. And trusting your intuition, learning to do that. This person does not feel right. What they're saying does not feel right. I'm going to have to trust that, even though it's painful to do, and I'm going to have to turn and walk away. So there's quite a lot of
You just
conscious.
can see that red flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we choose to ignore them.
Run away.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it's like I know where this road goes, so I'm going to go on a different one. Yeah.
You know, I've seen of a situation whereby the lady has a very powerful personality. In my opinion, one of the most intelligent person, you know. But then you find out that there is this thing of she feels like she's invested so much in that relationship that you feel like you really need to take a reward from the relationship. How can someone walk away from that feeling of, okay, let it all go? Because I really can't relate, but I always like, okay, what can you do? You need to just walk away. But it's easier saying from this side.
Yeah, yeah.
So, in your opinion, professional opinion, what can be done?
I think I understand your question, and a lot of that sounds like it's based on ego. So I've invested this, I must take something back, and it's about reframing it. If I keep on investing, if I stay here, I'm going to destroy myself. So what's it worth? If I walk away, you have it. Here's the keys, everything, you have it all. Because I walk away with my dignity, my self-respect, and I know who I am, and I can rebuild it. The rest of it is just ego.
Yeah, you have to rebuild yourself again.
Again and again.
Yeah, to just not allow for that kind of situations in your life anymore.
What does gaslighting look like? I'm just saying, because we have different, everybody have, oh, he's gaslighting me, or she's gaslighting me. What does gaslighting look like in a relationship?
It's, so you may say, I found the comment that you made was a little bit humiliating. And I would just turn around and go, no, you misheard it, or you misunderstood it.
Instead of accepting.
I hate
it was not my intention to do that. Or you're too sensitive. You take everything as a criticism. And so you sit there and go, that'll be the subtle way, to the point where...
Too sensitive, that word. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, that
word.
It throws it straight back at you. It's nothing about what they did. To the point of someone can say, I saw you with somebody else, and they say, no, you're crazy.
It's all in your head.
All in your head. And they do that. I mean, I've seen people, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but it's like, you're fucking mental. Look at what's going on. And you kick back, and then they go, see, you have all these issues. No wonder you need me. I've got to babysit you through life. And this person's just crumbling up.
I know
Like, it's a proper mind fuck that they do. But it will start off so subtle to get you to doubt yourself and your perception of reality.
Yeah, but it's all in your head.
Yeah, but it's making you crazy, because he wants you to be crazy and feels like crazy.
Yeah.
This is all about that.
I've known people to like knock glasses off and things like that, and then they'll say they will blame it on the other person, and if the manipulations worked well enough, they'll go and clear it up and apologize.
Really?
And even in these small things.
Oh, I'm
in
sorry you spilled the glass.
Yes, because these are small things. Yes.
Yeah. And because it's this continuous process of wearing you down, eventually they just have you on the floor, and can pick you up, push you down, throw you around, whatever they want.
Well, have you had, I mean, you've been doing this for almost 15 over a decade now. What would be one of the, great testimony you would say is your takeout so far that you're very proud of your job about? I mean, you've done a lot, but what would be one that is standing out for you that you say, this case I thought we couldn't break through, but we did?
I've worked with 4 now incest cases.
And when you say incest, you mean like brothers sleeping with each other?
No. I mean fathers with daughters. And I've worked with grown women on it. And I've actually seen them turn their life around and transcend it. And actually live a good life and be able to have a relationship with somebody else.
Oh my God.
And that's like, wow, that was all worth it. 2 or 3 years worth of work. And
2 years.
So how long the therapy?
Two or three years worth of work, with each client. With that complete destruction of self that goes on, and that complete destruction of trust that should happen naturally. And watching someone not do drugs, not do alcohol, build a career, build relationships, build friend groups. That's like, wow.
This is wow.
Amazing.
And big applause for you, because you did it.
That's the real one. That's the one that knocks me off center, and I go.
I want to ask you about your job. Do you feel sometimes overwhelmed with the problems of people? Just you have that kind of days
you hear.
Oh my God!
I can't hear anymore. Yeah.
No, enough is enough.
That's a good pitch. Yeah.
A lot, and so
every day.
It's
No.
it's because, and there was a period I went through where I was like, wow, this world is so toxic, and that's began to be all I could see, and I had to regroup myself, ground out,
The
go and
therapist needs the therapist.
yeah. I had to go and like look at beautiful views and walk with my shoes off and stuff, and go back to appreciating art and things like that, like to get just to go, wow, there's some beautiful stuff here as well. So, but it can get a bit. I work with a lot of serious stuff, so it can get a bit overwhelming. Yeah, and it's worse with kids.
Okay, but how you detoxicating yourself? I mean, rebuilding your
How do you
own
detox?
self.
Yeah.
I spend time with friends. I go hiking up into the mountain. I ride horses.
Drink a lot of alcohol.
No, I don't drink alcohol out of choice. I get creative. Yeah, I found that it gave me brain fog, and I was like, well, I like riding my horses. I like painting. I like playing music. So I do the things that bring me joy and fulfillment.
But you're an artist, or you just want to be?
I have had some paintings in the gallery, but that's just, that was just. Yeah, so that's how I look after myself.
Wow. Interesting, because there's something you mentioned about kids, and I want to take you a little bit back there because this topic is so much.
No, I
know
don't.
I don't
want to. I don't want to go this way, please.
No,
it's
no,
enough
just-
for me to go this.
No, just a quick
narcissistic
question about
man.
the kids. You say it's too much for you. Have you had some cases of kids? What kind of situation do you have? I
Yeah.
have a child, so I'm always curious to
Okay.
know what I can do better.
Kids who are being abused, or kids who have alcoholic parents, or kids who are being neglected.
What do they tend to be like? What do their reaction or
They-
outcomes tend to be?
What do they?
How do they tend to come about or be? You know,
They
because
tend to become withdrawn. They self-harm. They begin to develop body dysmorphia. They lack friends. They're sad a lot, or they become outwardly aggressive and act out. And a lot of that's, I find that difficult because you have to often put the child back into the environment which is damaging them. So it's like, I'm doing this work with you, but there's only so much I can do because you then go away and everything gets undone again. So that becomes not soul destroying, but very, very difficult to handle and manage. Yeah.
wow, see, we can have this conversation all day, but we have to wrap it up.
No, I want to ask another question.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, go for it then. Yes.
Yes, because I think that many people think that when they go to you, they go straight for the pills.
For the
example, for the pills.
oh, okay.
Antidepressant.
So you're gonna
yeah?
give me
Yeah.
medicaments,
That's a good
and
fish.
I'm gonna be normal.
Yeah.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you have to say
Yeah.
about taking pills,
Yeah.
antidepressants? What do you have to say?
I'm controversial on it. I don't. Yes, they have their place. I've seen antidepressants do no good at all. I don't think they do. If you mix them with some therapy, yes, eventually you can get rid of the therapy and the pills.
Right.
But we are in a pill popping culture. It doesn't work. Full stop. You got to.
This is like placebo, you know.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm really thank you.
It
thank
only
you, thank
works
you.
because you think that it works.
Works, yes.
And being controversial, a lot of it's a myth. That if you go to the doctor, they say we need to boost your serotonin levels. So you have these antidepressants. Do they measure your serotonin before, during, or after? No, because it's impossible. It's a theory.
Wow.
End
Wow.
story.
Well, now you've heard it. I think it's important to please visit your psychotherapist, and I think it's important
Yes.
to question yourself. Does this feel right? And if it doesn't, walk away. But as always, before we end the show, we bring about something we see on social media, and we try to just briefly talk about it and end it. So in this particular one, I was watching a morning news on in UK. It's actually a UK channel. I think it's morning show in UK.
Morning
I watched
show?
it yes, I watched it on YouTube. And then there's this particular guy that talked on the show. He was with a narcissistic woman, and then he came and talked about his experience, the way she kind of emasculated, him, took up all his self-worth and everything, and took all his money according to him. But then she has, at some point, locked him up, took away his phone. He doesn't have contact with the family. And do you know how he ran away?
Good party.
The girl went out. They were together for almost a year. the girl went out and he had to run away, basically,
Right.
you know. So, and started talking about his experience and all that, how the lady kind of took over his mind. So,
But what if you have two narcissists? I mean, from the both
oh,
sides.
Yeah, that's what two narcissists living together. That's
Yeah.
work
It's not gonna
horrible.
work well.
Oh wow.
No.
They
but
gonna kill each other.
in this particular case, what do you think? Like, because men they don't often talk about
No.
this. So I think it's very brave of him to
Yeah.
actually come to national television to talk about
But
it.
Simon told you
What?
that many men come to.
No, but they don't talk about it publicly. This guy talked
In
about it in
public,
national
right.
national TV. I'll show you this channel when
But I think it's culturally, it's still quite humiliating.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
that the man
Yeah.
has been
Problem.
emasculated
Yeah.
controlled by a
Yeah.
woman. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
This is quite. I mean, I saw this and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna throw it here to know what you think
Yes.
in regarding to this.
Please
Um,
write in comments. What
But
do you
let
think
us know
about
what
it?
you think. Is it? I mean, men also get abused.
Yes.
They also,
Yeah.
get to experience this kind of thing, and it is okay to talk about it. But what's your opinion? Have you ever had an experience, or you know someone that have an experience?
Yeah.
Please share with us in the comment section. We can continue this conversation, but my time
Yes.
is ticking.
For hours.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming, Simon.
Yeah, and you can come to the doctor Simon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
today. And as always,
And this is
your
a clear vision
vanilla-
therapy.
Clear vision psychotherapy. Yes.
Yes.
Clear vision.
Amazing. This is Vanilla and Chocolate Show in CCK TV. And
Yes.
we are saying please subscribe to CCK TV and keep
Don't
watching.
forget to subscribe.
Keep
please.
watching.
Keep watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.
Welcome to your favorite vanilla and chocolate show.